Welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Danielle, the American mom of 3 living in Germany. I hope you guys are all doing well. I wanted to mention real quick before I get started, I will be doing a bilingual interview with Leia, like an update, so leave any questions you have for Leia in the comments. You could also leave some for Darian. I am considering trying it with Darian, so if you have any questions for Darian, leave them. I don't know if he'll answer them, but you can leave them. So as you can already tell from the title of this video, today I'm going to be talking a little bit on what led me to my decision of becoming kind of like a young mom. I've had a lot of people argue that they don't consider me a young mom. I feel like I am. Most of my mom friends are usually at least 3 to 5 years older than me, at least, usually even older. So I kind of feel like the little sprout in a lot of my mom groups. But I will preface this video, there's not really a wrong or right time to start motherhood. So I thought I would just go ahead and explain why it is I decided to become a mom before doing the whole career thing, because it's kind of an unusual choice or unusual path to take these days. I think for the most part it's individual circumstances is the reasons that it ends up happening that, or it was sometimes unplanned. It was planned, as you guys know. I was even making trying to conceive vlogs back in the day. As you guys know, I moved to Germany after we got married, and when I moved to Germany, I kind of had a lot of free time on my hands, and I ended up, well, I couldn't find a German course right away. That's a story in another video. I had a lot of time on my hands, so I was watching a lot of YouTube videos. I started watching like TTC vlogs and motherhood vlogs. I think the first one I ever came across was like pregnancy vlogs by Jess Fam, who at the time was Gabe and Jess, and I was just really perplexed in watching this whole thing unfold. Like, I thought it was so cool that you could so intimately follow somebody else's journey. So I ended up following more people who were trying to conceive, and I thought it was really fun following them throughout that process. And while I was following them throughout that process, I realized like how many people, like, it takes actually quite a long time to conceive. Sometimes there are problems. Sometimes they end up finding out 2 or 3 years down the road that they can't conceive for whatever reason and that they need to save for IVF. I guess you could say like those videos kind of played into like a personal fear, which was not being able to conceive, because like my number one thing was I always wanted to be a mom when I was a kid. Like, that was what I wanted to be when I grew up, was a mom. So like the idea of that not working out, and then kind of coming to the realization of the fact that sometimes when you try to conceive, or oftentimes even, I think like it's becoming more and more common with each generation, there are problems with trying to conceive. So I suppose like sort of like my fear of not being able to conceive is one of the reasons why I decided to become a young mom. I also kind of felt like, based off of research, you maybe have easier pregnancies, more energy, etc. There's really not a right or a wrong time. I want to let you guys know that now, but those videos were definitely playing off in my mind, and I felt like I would have less of a chance of that becoming an issue younger. Also, my circumstances were on the rarer side. So by the time I had started trying to conceive, me and my husband were already together for like 7 years, and we were, you know, married for a year before we decided to start trying. I was in a situation where I was like, not, when I first got to Germany, I didn't speak the language. I didn't have an opportunity to get my hands on a German course yet. I was a little bit shy about learning German. I was going through like a hard time. I had already started a YouTube channel, and that was kind of like my hobby that kind of kept me feeling like I was doing something throughout the day. That was the beauty channel. And then suddenly something just came over me. Ultimately, it was just this feeling that it was the right thing to do, to try for our baby, especially after I realized, like, in Germany you get all these benefits for having kids, and it's quite easy to be a stay-at-home mom with just one income. So I thought, well, let's just go ahead and try and see if it works. And then I decided to document the whole journey from beginning to end, as you guys know and remember. So those are kind of like all the stepping stones as to why, I guess you could say, I chose babies before career or degree. Those were definitely the building blocks. There was definitely quite, I like to call them a collaboration of not so common events. Like, not everybody meets like the love of their life that young, and that they're the only person that they're with, and then moves to Germany. So I was just in a very rare circumstance. Being a mom, like I said, was something I always wanted to do, so I decided to kind of pour my heart and all of my time and energy into my pregnancy vlogs. Obviously when my baby was born, breastfeeding, motherhood, just like taking it on head first. Ultimately, I get this question a lot. I wanted to go ahead and wrap on this note is it possible or is it wise to have a baby before the career? Honestly, sometimes I wish I had a little bit of time, more time to myself before I really delve in and knew what I was getting myself into, because motherhood is hard and it is the equivalent of getting a degree. I'd have to say, like, on a biological, psychological, and emotional stance, it depends, but for the most part, it usually is a little bit more challenging than a lot of career paths that people take. That's why I would probably say it'd be wiser to do the more stereotype way and do the career first, because it's a lot easier to do it when you have more free time and a clear head. But I will say I definitely have no regrets. I had really smooth, easy pregnancies. I conceived pretty easily each time, especially the second 2 times. Ultimately, I think it's the feeling that gets you. You can try to have everything lined up in like dominoes and fall into places you would like them to, but I think at the end of the day, going with your intuition. I still don't know where my career and my time to myself is gonna start, but nonetheless, I feel pretty satisfied with where I am in my life, and I feel like it all worked out as it should. I'm just so happy and grateful for the 3 healthy pregnancies and children that I have, and I don't know if we're done yet. That's another plot twist. I will say it is very difficult sometimes. Very often I feel like, what about me? What do I want to do? Sometimes I feel like as a person I'm undervalued because I'm mainly there for my kids and my family. I think that in our culture we really attach ourselves to what we do, more so maybe than even in other cultures. Like some cultures are more like family oriented, whereas I feel like especially German culture is very career oriented. So it just depends on your personality as well. Sometimes I feel like people who are very career oriented just don't really get stay-at-home moms and doing kids before careers and all these kinds of things. I definitely do have aspirations for myself. I just don't know where my journey really officially begins and where this one will never end, obviously, because motherhood is ongoing, but you know, where this childbearing part of my life is going to end, I can't say that for sure yet either, but I have made peace with how my life has unfolded. Motherhood is tough no matter what phase of life you decide to do it in, but it's also the biggest blessing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I thought this would be kind of a nice mom chat video that I haven't done in a very long time on this channel. And yeah, I've got some things I've got to do today. Sorry these videos seem a little bit short and sweet lately, but Thanksgiving is coming. I plan to make how we celebrate Thanksgiving in Germany and as vegans really soon. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the thumbs up button. And yes, I will see you guys next time. Bye!